Welcome, welcome, welcome to Conversations with Our Kids for 4th March 2023. My name is Gisele, one of your hosts for today's show.
And I am Kadik, also your host.
We have another thrilling show for you today. We are celebrating International Women's Day, which is on Wednesday, 8th March this year. Yay!
On today's show, we have the first female president of the Chamber of Commerce and the owner of our sponsor, Harper's, Miss Gisele Matthews. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Wow. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me. And Janai and Kadik, good intro.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm Gisele Matthews, the managing director, owner of Harper's Office Depot, and I became the first president of the St. Kitts Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce in February of 2020. And so I served my 2-year term, and now I'm on the executive level of the chamber. So I'm still on the board and remain as past president and in an advisory role. I also served for 10 years as the president of the Pediatric Assistance League of St. Kitts Nevis, and that's a charity, you may have heard about, that assist in the medical expenses of children who have to go overseas for critical medical care and their families are unable to afford that. So I am still on that charity, and I remain as a trustee there. So those are 3 main things that in my life that keep me busy professionally. And then I have my home, obviously. I have 2 children. One is now 20 and one 22. And I have a husband. And I have 2 dogs and a cat. So I have a full life.
Congrats, because I saw the ring when you had come in and I was like, she has to be married because it's on like her ring finger.
Wow, you're very observant.
I know, like each time when somebody's like walking in and like interrogate them, like watch them to see like if I should know so much about them.
Good, you're making me nervous. That's a good job. You're doing a good job. So that's about it for me in a nutshell.
Mrs. Matthew, thank you for coming to the show and thank you for being an example for girls like me in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Oh. What? Oh, yes. She is Superwoman.
Oh.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself? And the work that you do.
Well, thank you for referring to me as Superwoman, but sometimes Superwoman crashes.
Yeah, I see what you mean, no.
Well, I don't consider myself Superwoman, but some people have sometimes used that analogy. But I think I like to keep busy, and that's just my personality. So I find sitting around and not making myself too useful. I tried it once. And I realized after a few months that I was not cut out for just being at home, and I needed to do a lot more. So that's what drives me. I have a keen interest in staying busy, but not just busy, but being productive and making a difference. So that's what drives me. Now, as I get older, I find I don't have the same energy levels that I might have had when I was much younger. Sure. But nevertheless, I keep very busy on a daily basis at Harper's with my team there to run the business, which is obviously, requires a lot of attention. And then the chamber is also quite a responsibility for meetings and advocacy.
Oh, I forgot to say this. Thank you, Harper's, for being our sponsor.
Thank you. We're happy to sponsor your program.
Thank you. Oh my God. Oh.
You, I think.
Oh. Yes, she is.
No, you already
oh,
said.
so what?
I think we should.
I think we should really get to know each other before we start interviewing you, Miss Matthews. So we are going to do an icebreaker. We would pick at least two questions from the bowl and answer the questions only ourselves. I will go first. Then
Janaya?
Janaya.
Uh-huh.
Then you. Let's go.
Okay, so who's first?
I'm gonna start first.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm not taking out that much though. Oh my god. You are the You are the best. What?
Let me help you. Come, let me
Listen.
see. Put on my glasses.
My nose.
You are the best criminal mastermind in the world. Wow. What crime would you commit if you knew you?
Vandalizing the Mona Lisa and stealing the world's most expensive diamonds.
How did you have that all? So you just knew that right away?
Yeah.
You thought this through.
I didn't thought it through. I wait. A criminal mastermind mean that I can't get caught.
Not all the time. Okay, let's go. Next one.
Oh my god, one fell out. We'll get to that one later.
If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
That's actually a very interesting question. All of us just have to answer the questions.
Water.
Water? Okay.
Very smart answer. Very smart answer, because water is life, right?
But we wouldn't have anything to eat, though.
But you could live if you had water, if your body was still hydrated. I don't know how long,
first thing.
but you would need food, yes.
Water could still kill us by drowning us, but why do we still need water to live?
Because you need to replenish the fluids in your body daily, so you have to stay hydrated, because people can die of dehydration. Often that's what they die of when they, find themselves in situations where they're in a disaster or they need to have water. Water can keep them going for several weeks.
This is my question for the guests. If you guys can guess what's in this black case, I don't know what we would bring on this show like maybe next Saturday or so. So y'all just blow up the chat. But I will think this through. I would have food and water. I just need
They
them
said
both.
one supply.
Oh, one?
Oh,
Okay,
one
then
supply.
food.
Okay.
Food. I don't need it. Food has got like moist and so. Food is very moist.
So for me, I have to answer too?
Yes.
Oh, maybe chocolate.
She would have feastables.
Yeah, I can't survive without coffee or chocolate, one of the two. You know what? For me, it probably would be my coffee. I would need to have, every day I have to have my cup of coffee. So that would be mine.
Your turn.
So my turn to pick?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put my glasses on.
Wah.
Okay, so there is a free round-trip shuttle to Mars. Wow. To catch it, the catch is it will take 1 year of your life to go visit. And where's the rest of the question? Is there another part to it?
I'm not sure.
There is a free round-trip shuttle to Mars. The
okay.
catch, it will take 1 year of your life to go visit. And
1 year of my life, yeah.
to go visit, and what else? Meaning you have to continue the phrase, I think.
So
there's nothing after that.
I would go to Mars for 1 year of my life and then just find something to do. I'm not sure. If that free Wi-Fi, bringing this with me.
No Wi-Fi, no. There's no Wi-Fi there.
Well, still, they have something in it, but they need to guess it. And Some people might know what it is, but you can't say it in chat.
So what are you going to do for that whole year? It takes a whole year for you to get there. That's a long time.
Get back my abs.
Okay, like that.
I already
Okay. Well, you probably won't be eating too healthy because you're going to be having all that hydroponic sort of food that's in there, that dehydrated stuff. So you
Yeah.
probably won't be
That's
putting
it
on too much
again.
weight anyway.
Your turn again.
Oh,
Okay, so we go on to another one.
oh my God. I feel like this one I'm scared of. Oh, this is the one that I picked up. Would it get away with it? Wait, what? Would get away with it? What would you get away with? Oh, smoking and drinking. I mean that's very well. As long as I could get away with it, but still, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, not too health, not a very healthy way to start your life as a young man. I wouldn't suggest you get into those habits. But it sounds like fun, I suppose, when you're older.
Gave me wine when I was just 9. Well, I turned 10 this year. Congrats to me.
Still have
But-
another 10 before you
I
start
know,
that
I
stuff.
know.
Okay. What is a weird food you have tried? Would you eat it again?
Yes.
Weird food that
For me, no. I tried a grasshopper,
Oh, you mean one of those like crunchy
the
snacks?
crunchy snack.
You mean
Grasshopper.
those crunchy snack bugs?
Mhm.
I would have cockroach. No.
There's these kind of like crunchy snacks. It's curled up, kind of like curl fries.
Mhm.
I would never try it again.
That's an onion. Oh, it says what would you try again or would you not try again?
What
try
would you
again.
not try
Not
again?
try again.
Oh. Eating. Okay. I ate this before, but I'm not sure what it was.
Mm.
And then after I liked it after a while, I'm not sure what it was. Oh, I would not eat shrimp. I mean, I like shrimp, but it does sometimes upset me. No, lobster. It does
Okay.
upset my stomach.
Okay. So,
Get in again.
how many questions we have to do?
This is the last time.
This
One
is-
round, one more round?
Yeah.
No,
that's
this
my
is the
turn.
last
So
one.
it's my turn then.
Yeah.
Alrighty. If you could be any supernatural creature, which would you pick?
Ooh. There's so many to pick from. T-Rex.
A dog.
Oh, the most natural habitat there is.
I'd be a fairy godmother.
Actually, that's pretty cool because you could just transform and help kids.
I would be a fairy.
Being a fairy is fun.
You'd be my assistant.
It's fun. I like this. I want to come here every day.
I had something before that. Wait.
We will now take a short break, coming right back at
You.
you. But you guys still need to think. So after when this break is done, you guys can still think. So we're gonna come back though.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Hello, this is Harper.
You got a clock, you got a chair, you got some headphones.
Yep, we got that.
What about a stapler and printer?
Yep, we got that.
Do you have a floor mat too?
Yep, we got that.
Tell me you got some cables and a projector.
Yeah, we got that.
Right here,
Yeah, we got that.
all works.
Yeah, we got that.
Welcome back to Conversations with Our Kids. Have a few questions for from your guest, Miss. Oh my God, Gisele Matthew. Who is the female pioneer? We are here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and on this show we want to celebrate our women. What did you want to be when you were growing up? Did you think that you could be anything as a girl back then? Oh my God.
Oh, that's a hard question. But as a little girl like you, Jenna, I didn't really have, I was just enjoying my youth. I was at your age, I was just enjoying being a kid. And we didn't have all those gadgets, so we used to play all these games like hide and seek and Red Rover. I was just enjoying being a child, and I didn't really have any real aspirations as a young girl, to be quite honest. When I got to high school, I had a real interest and love for English. And I don't know, you wouldn't know Mrs. Ingrid Charles Gums, but she was my favorite teacher here, and she taught me English, and I loved English. That was my favorite subject. And so much so, when I went to Canada to school, I decided I really would love to be a broadcast journalist. That's why I'm so happy where I am today.
Oh.
And I spent my day at the Toronto Sun as my career day, in the field covering stories.
So this is their hint. It's a device of some kind. You could guess all the devices. It's not a phone. It's not a phone, because you see how wide it is. And it's not a tablet neither. It might be a tablet. That's your hint. So keep thinking, though. Keep thinking.
All right. So that's about for me. So as a girl, yes, I wanted to be a journalist. I actually studied journalism, and I have a minor in journalism, but I ended up in business. So I didn't necessarily follow my passion, because back then it would have been probably difficult to make a really good living 30 years ago, journalism here, but today that has changed. And so I ended up in business with a minor in journalism. So
Sure.
Mrs. Matthews, do you think women are better at Mrs. Matthews, do you think women are better at business than men, and if so, why?
Oh, you're asking me some real hard questions. No, I don't think either male or female are better at business naturally. I think business is some people are better entrepreneurs naturally. Some people are naturally navigate to business as an interest. Some people are better risk takers. They're willing to put a lot on the line to see to make a successful business. And then there are those who learn business. I am one who learned business. I learned business from my father, who had a business, Odie Brisbane and Sons, which you might know of, which has cash and carry, and the wholesale and retail side to it now. But that's where I learned business, working there under the wing of my father and my mother, who worked in the warehouse too at the same time. So I learned business. I did do it in university, but the practical side of it, I actually learned it. And I came to love it. But it wasn't my first love. And I don't think that... So I ended up being a successful businesswoman because of the education I was able to get, and to the training and mentorship that I was able to get. And I think that's really important to a successful business person, whether they're male or female. You have to be very disciplined, and you have to be willing to take a risk, and you have to be very prudent with your spending if your business is going to do well in the long run.
Starting my own business would be very, very difficult. But still, I would make a business for poor people. I wouldn't just give them a job just so. I would like give them homes, like so.
Very good.
Because like as still this age, when I see a person I remember giving a person my boss drink, and then after when I turned this age, give a person my dollar.
That's very good. That's very, very encouraging. Okay, so you keep doing that. Now, if you make $1, you give $1. But if you're not making, don't give it, because one day you can't help them. So you do better every time, and then you help. Better every time, and you help. Okay? But that's very good.
Yes.
Wait, my turn.
It's question 3.
Your question. Your turn. What? And
You want me to help you with
What
that?
advice
Okay.
would you give to someone my age if they wanted to start a business?
Wow. At your age, how old are you?
10.
Okay, so, well, first of all, I think at your age, you start, if you have family in business or anyone close to you, friends who own a business of any sort, the first thing I would say, always go to that business and offer to help, right? So you start to learn a little bit about business. Because you might think you want to do something, but when you start doing it, you might realize it may not be for you. So always offer to help. If your mommy, your daddy, your godmother, somebody has a business, you start helping in that business, whether it's just little things, cleaning up, sweeping the floor, packing the shelves, helping to bag, whatever those things are.
My
Just
God,
starting from the ground up, make the best business people.
My godmother has like this thing. Like people has order from like main show from Facebook.
They bought online from her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
then, but for my birthday, I got these white Converses, the red on this side and the whole thing white. But then but she said that she was going to give me a black and white side band. She can try and make it again.
So if she's giving you these things, you should help her in her business. So as a young person, the best advice is help in any family business or friend's business to see if one day, because what you do when you learn from the ground right up, when you then get there, you understand how your entire business works from the top down, and you can do any task that is required.
Sorry. I told my friends that my auntie, because they see me in these like good side bags, and they asked me where I gained them from, and I told from my godmother. Then they're wondering what is her name. I told them her name.
She's going to have all these adopted godchildren all of a sudden if you give her name.
Look, they said that I want to buy the bag from us. So I'm like, wow.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so they want sales. That's great. They want to give us some sales. That's good.
Yeah. So, guys, make sure that you guys are still thinking though.
What was it like being the first female president of Chamber? What does the Chamber do? Explain for us kids to understand.
I like that. Okay, so firstly, I was named the first female president of Chamber in March of 2020, just before COVID, on the crux of COVID, really. What was it like? Well, firstly, it was I took it very seriously because I was now representing all women who could possibly come behind me to become one day president of the St. Kitts Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce after 70 years. So it was a huge, responsibility on my shoulders to do the best that I could do to set the stage for the other women in the chamber and in the business community in St. Kitts and Nevis. And at the time, it was a difficult time. We were in COVID. It was the pandemic. And so I found myself into a situation where businesses were failing. Some were not sure if they will manage to get through this very difficult time. Some of the smaller businesses in particular were at risk because they had not been around long enough. And some of them would fall through the cracks and not make it. And so one of the responsibilities that I carried with me was to try and give the best and sound advice to our members and the non-members of the chamber, even more so, who were smaller business owners who were scared. And so that was, for me, I took that very seriously and tried in my capacity, along with my vice president and my executive director and the board, to give the best advice that we could to the business community and the persons who owned businesses who were really scared as to things that little tips, business tips, to see how they could survive a very difficult time, and then to try and get the tourism authorities to open back the economy once it was safe to do so.
So when you first started when you had first come in here, you were thought like you were interviewing like adults, or?
No, I knew because I sponsor your program.
Okay, true. But still,
But I knew it was true.
when you started from the bottom and get to the top to like your business, how did it felt when you were like failing, getting customers and all of that?
So every time I felt like it was doomsday, you do feel that when you're in business. Was in 2010, I think, when we bought the building in the industrial site where we are now, and the financial crisis came in 2011, and it was a major recession, and I wasn't sure how I was gonna manage to get out of it. But you have to stay focused on your business at the time, and you have to not let it get you down. As much as it is carrying a weight on your shoulder, you're not sure how you're going to get through it. You have to stay focused, and you have to be true to your purpose, and you have to let the customers feel confidence in you still. So you still have to bring the goods in and put them on the shelf and make your store look good. Never let your store run right down, because your customers are going to feel, oh, what's going on here? I don't like how Harper's looks right now. What's going on? You know, you have to try, even in very difficult times, to keep upbeat, stay positive, and know that every time an economy goes down, it does come back up. And you have to be smart in that down period. Don't overspend. Don't buy yourself a nice new fancy car. You know, you try to just be prudent, financially prudent, and put the money back into the business and invest it wisely, and be very careful about your operational expenses so that you can ride through a very tough time.
I feel sorry for all the NBA players right here, but still, they need to stop. Still.
Question 5.
Oh, okay.
The
Mrs. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us on Conversations with Our Kids and talking to us, telling us all about your journey as the first female president of the chamber. We hope that you inspire the other to follow in your footsteps, because Janaya and I are totally inspired.
Let us remember to celebrate our women, especially our moms.
And I am Kadik.
And I am Janae. Thank you for listening, everyone, and to all the awesome women out there all together. Happy International Women's Day when it comes. Tune in next Saturday at 10 a.m. on Win FM 98.9 and WINNmedia SKN for more conversations with our kids.
Tune in. Wait. If you guys... Okay. We're gonna go through. So, if some of you guys guessed a tablet, you're wrong. Some of you guys guessed the phone, you're wrong. But if those were thinking properly, can I get a drum roll, please? It was a Switch. That's what I said. It was kind of like a tablet. because it slides off. Oh shit. Like a tablet. So, if as you guys. So tune in next time. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I would like to wish all the women in St. Kitts Nevis, all the women in business, and all the women in general a happy International Women's Day when it comes on March 8th
Yes.
next week.
Bye, guys.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9.
Hello, this is Harper.